Welcome to That Card Collectors Podcast with your host, Ian Taylor.
Love it.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing from Josh doing his little white man bop while the opening music was playing.
It was perfectly timed. He's got that one down. That was perfect.
He has got that one down.
I appreciate it, guys.
Welcome, one and all, to That Card Collectors Podcast. My name is Ian Taylor, and joining me to protect Podcast City from the criminals and the dastardly underworld this week is Josh.
What it is.
And as Josh and I prowl the streets at night and look up, low there on a rooftop, silhouetted by the moon, we have Tony from Upper Deck joining the Podcast City Vagabonds, or whatever we're going to call ourselves. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, guys. Thanks for having me on. How are you guys doing?
Oh, all right, thank you. I should have worked on that for longer, but it's been a long week today.
I liked it.
No, we'll work on it. We'll work on it. We'll get it right. So Tony, a week that's been a long time coming, for we are here to celebrate Skybox Metal Universe Batman.
Yes.
Long
time coming indeed.
Yeah, exactly. So for those who don't know, Tony, you are within the product development team at Upper Deck.
That is correct. Yep. Senior product manager, work under Grant, work alongside Billy, who you guys know well.
Yeah.
And then I manage the remaining team that are sort of the Robins, or the up and coming sidekicks, soon to be stars, and future guys that you guys have, guys and girls that you guys have on the show to help promote everything and get out the word about all the fantastic products we're building. This one, I was lucky to be the one who started it and saw this one through to the finish line, though. So yeah, very, very excited that it's finally out for you guys to enjoy.
So this set. So as we record, it dropped yesterday, 12th November.
Yep.
So by the time people hear this episode, it would have been out a week and change. And I'm already, as I speak, I know that Keith Boyle and Amanda ZMK are doing a live on Instagram, doing a set-in review and their opening product. I know that the Hobby Hangout is doing a break tomorrow. I know that DCCW on Facebook has just been inundated with posts where people are showing their pulls. And it must be, because I know this set has been a little bit delayed this year, hasn't it? It's kind of moved back a little bit. How gratifying is it to see the reception so far?
Yeah, it feels great. Myself and everyone else, top to bottom, that had a hand in this set, a lot of people involved with it. Everybody put in, blood, sweat, and tears to get this one out the door. And yeah, it is very gratifying. It feels good. And I'm very happy that people have been enjoying it so far.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm just loving the images of some of the cards I've been seeing. So before we go any further, I'm very impressed, and I always know when Upper Deck have got something special coming out, because you do a cheeky little promo video.
With Billy and TJ?
No. You get Voiceover Man to come and do a cheeky little, like a little movie trailer.
Okay. Yeah, marketing pulls out all the stops. Absolutely.
So we are, they had some budget for this, and it shows. So I'm just quickly going to play that. For most people on audio, you'll hear it, you'll get the effect, but you won't see the beautiful pictures. But you've probably already seen this on the Upper Deck End social feeds. So let's just have a quick watch of it now, just to give us the flavour of it before we dive in.
Love it.
Here we go.
Introducing Metal Universe Batman trading cards from Upper Deck. Collect the world of Gotham through the expansive base set and look for colorful parallels. Discover incredible Metal Universe classics now under the cover of the Dark Knight, like Jambalaya, Platinum Portrait, Gotham City Metal, and Precious Metal Gems. And hunt for the ultra-rare one-of-one PMGs. Look for more incredible hits from the Caped Crusader, like creator autographs, comic cuts, and original art sketch cards. Head to your local hobby shop and collect Metal Universe Batman trading cards today.
Love it. That is not my voice. Whoever they hired, well done. That is an epic voice. Love that so much. That was cool.
they certainly pulled that one off. You know, when you go to a cinema and you see, let me just think. You might be too young for this, but the very, very first teaser for Phantom Menace, as an example.
I remember.
Yeah.
You had to go see Meet Joe Black. You had to go see that Brad Pitt movie to go see.
Oh, yes. What a shocker that was. But you know, when you go and you're like, take my money now.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That trailer is one of those.
Yeah, that was well done.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Love it.
So, there's a lot to unpack, but before we get into the actual set, I want you to just kind of walk us back and give us a peek behind the curtain, if you like. So, when you guys kind of landed the DC contract, I imagine you probably knew before it was publicly announced. So there was probably a little bit of a time before you actually said anything out loud. How quickly did you draw up your kind of, right, these are the sets we want to do, like, pretty quickly? And when did this one come into the frame? Kind of walk us through as much as you know of that kind of planning.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I was in those initial meetings when the deal came together, but yeah, we were aware of it. We were aware of it early on, and a lot of people had to keep tight lips. You don't want anything spilling out, but we were all very excited internally. We knew annual was a must. We knew we wanted to start right off and start promoting the current publishing, works of the past year. We knew that was sort of a great way to introduce the IP with our brands. But yeah, I mean, very quickly it was determined we got to come out of the gate with a Metal Universe, and it just made so much sense to do Batman. I pushed hard to hitch my wagon to that. I wanted to be involved with the Batman set as quickly as possible. So I do remember those conversations with Grant and just saying, I got to do this one. Even at that point, I was sort of already moving into more of a manager role and allowing the rest of the team to really build some of this stuff out. But I wanted to be involved, and I felt strongly that I would build the best set I could. So yeah, I was very quickly determined it was going to be a Metal Universe Batman, and I was very quick to tell everybody that I wanted to be the one to do it.
Did that conversation go something to the effect of, "I'm Batman"?
There probably was a few of those in there. Absolutely.
Had to happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
I'm building Batman.
How quickly in the process did TJ go, "I'm Robin"?
Oh, he was on, I've loved working with him. Robin's his guy, right? That's his favorite character. So, it was perfect to have us as the dynamic duo to get this one out the door to you guys. So yeah, him and I were involved with it right from the beginning, and kicking around ideas and his expertise and knowledge of the vast history of the publishing side of things, and me with my vast knowledge of the hobby side of things. It was a great collaboration. I really enjoyed working with him on this one from start to finish.
I mean, he's passionate. Josh, I don't know if you had a chance to watch it, but there was a little video that Upper Deck put out, I think yesterday, with Billy, Tony here, and TJ. And they spent about 16 minutes talking about the set and showing the cards. And honestly, I think Tony, you got about 2 words in edgeways, and it was just TJ talking about the art, talking about the character choice, talking about a certain piece of art for one of the cards that had only ever been on like an in-house DC ad. It had never been used. In the public
the Robin image, for the Skybox card, absolutely, yep.
So that kind of that kind of blew my mind that TJ kind of has all this deep inside. You cut him, he bleeds DC. I mean, I know he likes his Marvel sets, right? But boy, don't cut him.
He's a gem. I love TJ. Would not have wanted anyone else to be the content manager on this set. He crushed it. He did such a fantastic job, and it's a hard job because you only get so many chances to create the first cards of these characters in the first Metal Universe set. So a lot of time and effort and delicate decision making went into all of it. And then I did collaborate with him on that. But I told him, I trust you. I know your stuff. And you're going to build the best looking cards. You're going to make the best choices you can. And yeah, he certainly did that. But yeah, it was fun doing that interview with him yesterday. I was happy to let him have some time to sort of emphasize some of those areas where he really his his passion and expertise really showed through.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah.
So, so when you so when you're putting obviously when you're putting the set together, what are the key? I mean, we know the kind of things that go into a metal universe set, but there's some new things in this one. So tell us about, you know, your before we get to the character choice, and I know that TJ's, you know, poured his heart and soul into that.
Yeah.
Tell us about the kind of touch points in terms of the kind of the card designs you wanted to try and get in there, the different elements, and what was your must-haves and what you might have had to kind of think about a bit more or push for a little bit.
Yeah. So great question. So I mean, there's always those tentpole tenants, right? You've got to have precious metal gems. You got to have jambalaya. We've done a nice job with incorporating Skybox Premium into the set. So there were certain things like that we knew had to be there. But it was a lot of fun with this one, creating Batman specific content or taking existing iconic inserts and readjusting them to fit within the Batman IP. So I think it was a really nice balance of there's certain things that collectors from other IP, from our older Marvel sets or other Metal Universe sets are going to go, okay, I knew that would be in here. But I think we did a really good job of also including content that is specifically tied to Batman and his world. So yeah, that was a really fun balance. It took a lot of work going through that with Grant and Billy's insights. But I think we came up with a really good balance of like sort of what people are buying it and what they're expecting when they buy it, but also giving them something that's totally fresh, new, and specifically tied to Batman and his universe.
Tony, can you give us an example of one of those? One of those parallels that's Batman, or has been reimagined, or is just Batman geared?
Sure. Yeah, there's a lot. You know, some of the ones that come to mind, like we have some new foil board parallels that are in the mix. So, you know, you have a lot of that silver spectrum light effects treatment that Metal Universe is known for. But we added in some cool new layers that are foil board, really beautiful pattern foil boards. There's a retribution parallel that's tied to the heroes within the set, because as you guys are aware, there's a 200 card base where the first 100 cards are all your heroes, the second 100 cards are all your villains. So we tried to give some parallels that tied directly to those characters' aspects. So, you know, they have a retribution and anarchy parallels, things like that are obviously tied to the villain. So that was a really fun part of that. The Poison Ivy's touch is another one that comes to mind. You know, iconic gold, the golden touch that was back in the 90s sports sets and have made their way into some of our more recent sets as well. But, you know, I remember talking through that one. I said it'd be really cool if we could incorporate a character into that somehow. And that's where we came up with the idea, like, what if Poison Ivy is sort of imposing her will on this insert? So it's like she's taken over the golden touch insert and it's now Poison Ivy's touch. So it's got that beautiful gold heavy foil treatment, but then we incorporated green and vines and other plants throughout the design. So it literally looks like it's Poison Ivy is like taken over that card. So that was one where I was like, yeah, we can give him something that's familiar, but it's going to feel very unique to Batman. There's others too. But those are two of them that come to mind that I think we did a real nice job of, you know, fitting in it with the Batman universe and the IP that we're working with.
So so we'll just quickly touch on the base and then we'll dive into the inserts. But I've got the checklist here. Your colleague Elliot kindly sent over the Excel spreadsheet.
Great.
Just until you get, so if you got one row per card, okay, just to get to the end of all the different base parallels or the different numbered ones, the blaster exclusives, the PMGs, it's 2,400 rows.
Yeah.
And so this is a big even if you're just going for a few characters, I think there's a nice challenge for collectors who are going to be going after.
Oh yeah, master set collectors have definitely got their work cut out for them, but it is possible, and man, that would look beautiful in a binder if you had that entire set put together. You know, we do that at Upper Deck. We're proud of that. Our sets are big. We try to you know, we have a lot of intricate content, some really rare content, some more commonly found content. But yeah, I think our sets, I think it's fair to say our sets compared to the competitors, we add a few more layers. There's a lot more lot more cards, a lot more unique stuff you can find. So yeah, I take a lot of pride in that. But yeah, that's interesting to know that it's that many line items when you're looking at the checklist.
Yeah, it's bonkers, and that's before we get to the chase. One thing I did, I mean, obviously you've got the PMGs, the precious metal gems. They're obviously part of that, in and of themselves. But then you've got all the and they're kind of parallels of the base, but then you've got all the different base parallels. What I really love about them is the names of some of these, specifically when you get to the blaster ones, which I'm scrolling. I've been scrolling since we started this sentence, and I still haven't got there.
Take a minute.
Many rows.
Yep.
So in the blasters, you've got specific blaster exclusive parallels. Here we go. I've got to them. I love the name of them. So they're numbered to 250. For the heroes, so the cards 1 to 100, they're known as a Justice parallel.
That's right.
But then they changed their name to an Anarchy parallel for the villain section, 101 to 200. That's genius. I mean, it's such a simple thing. I love it. I really like it.
We know that there's going to be collectors that maybe their focus is just on the heroes, and some will just focus on the villains, right? I mean, Batman's Rogues Gallery is arguably the best in all of comics, right? His villain list is insane. There's so many iconic ones and beloved, fan favorite characters. So yeah, we thought it'd be fun to split that up this year. Yeah, so you there's always those cohesive parallels where you can get all 200 cards that look the same, but we thought it'd be really fun to do some of that stuff where it's specifically to the heroes or to the villains. And that's a great example of that. Plus we wanted to have some exclusive serial number chase and blasters, because we know, not everyone can get access to the hobby SKU, right? So hopefully I'm confident that the content in the blasters will still satisfy the diehard collector as well as the casual that sees it at their store and want to give it a try. There's a lot of cool stuff you can find in the blasters, including those exclusives.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it means you've got value in the blaster as well, getting that numbered card in there. I mean, you do it again with another parallel, Retribution for the heroes and Nemesis for the villains. So it's not just the blasters.
That's right.
I'm intrigued. I mean, listen, I'm not someone who's as steeped in DC laws as say a TJ. I mean, to be fair, it'd be hard.
I don't think anybody is, Ian. Don't feel bad. I think he's on the top of the list. So you're not alone.
I won't lie when I look down this list, and half of the names I'm like, I don't know. But that's fine. Yeah, that's the voyage of discovery I'm looking forward to go on.
Absolutely.
But when you get to the chase cards, it's kind of almost like all the hits. I'm scrolling again to get down to them. Let's start with, I'm going to start with one of my favorites, actually, because this one intrigues me no end. Now, I think it's an insert that you've done, or rather a format, if you like, that you've done in other sets. And we briefly spoke about it at the National as well. I first discovered it in Halo, as what was known as the augmented reality cards.
Yes.
But I believe you've traditionally called it dark matter.
That's right.
Which is what it's called in this one. So tell us a little bit about what that is, because I've seen it and I know what it is. But tell us what that's like.
Yeah, those are beautiful cards. So just to give you a little history, dark matter inserts first appearance was in one of our multi-sport products called Metal Universe Champions. And we incorporated that, I want to say, within 2023 or 2024 of that product. And it's a black soft touch. So the cards have a beautiful soft touch feel, heavy black. The paper stock is literally black. And then it has a foil treatment that gives it a nice glossy black shine. So like the dark matter call out, the character call outs, like kind of it contrasts so well between the matte black and the shiny glossy black. So yeah, like, probably within a year or so of that product, that card seeing the light of day. And then Bubby, his team did a great job on those augmented cards in Halo. It just made so much sense to bring them into Batman. I think at one point, actually, we were going to change the name and call it Dark Night Matter. So we were really going to lean heavy into it. But ultimately the decision was made, let's just keep the branding the same so that it can continue to, see its life potentially in other products down the road. But yeah, I absolutely love those cards. It's funny too. I can tell you, Yeah, we talked at the National, and I think I got to show you some cards. We were at a printer over the summer that was working on the cards, and they were blown away by those cards. And you don't hear that a lot. These printers that have been printing cards for many years, for many seen a lot of things. They said these dark matter cards are phenomenal. You guys came up with here, and Jean is a big part of that. Who works on our design team? She helped me come up with the concept, figure out what technology, what paper to use. But I feel like we've improved it even more. Like the cards looked really great in those first few sets, but I think the ones we just did in Batman look even better. So very happy with the way those turned out. And big fan of that insert too.
Because I specifically remember you'd come back from seeing the print vendor and you had photos of the uncut sheets of some of the stuff, and I obviously couldn't tell anyone what I'd seen, but I'm going to now.
Thank you for that.
There was an uncut dark matter sheet.
Yeah,
you didn't capture all of, but I got a sense of it, and just in its uncut form. I mean, Josh, it was stunning. But I mean, they're described on the. I love this. They're described on the Excel sheet. There's a column called mem-tech, and they're described as tactile gloss.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh,
you have to use that. It's that is a great way to describe it, because when you feel it and you see it, that's a great way to describe it. I can't take the credit for that. I'm not sure who came up with that, but that's a great name. That's a great description.
Marketing.
Yeah,
they're gonna, they clearly got the budget this time.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to those, and that I mean, listen, I don't think they're a guaranteed every box thing. I mean, they're 1 in 72, so they're probably one.
Yeah, they're a little tougher. On
two
average,
in a
you
case,
should get
one in
like 2.
Yeah, it looks like
you should get like 1 to 2 per case. Yeah, they're tougher hits for sure.
Yeah, 1 in 72, and I think there's 16 packs a box. So yeah, that would actually work out as 1 in every inner, because there's 2 inners in a case. So but I'll be picking up a few of those.
Great,
that's for sure. You've got the more traditional things like creator autographs. They're in here. You've got quite a lineup here. Who've we got? We got Tom Taylor. We've got Scott Snyder, Scott Hanna, Steve Englehart, Paul Dini.
Yes,
who
Dini,
was at your
Dini.
San Diego Comic-Con booth signing as well this year.
That's right.
He's got a Harlequin creator autograph there.
Yeah.
Michael Golden. Wow. Big guns.
Yeah, we went all out. TJ again, went above and beyond to get us the best creators we could for this product. So well done there for sure. I love the lineup that we've been able to include in this set.
Jim Starlin, Jeff Loeb, Kurt Busiak, Jock. You've got Jock, Batman Who Laughs.
Yes, yes.
I love it. Sorry, I'm just reading some of this detail for the first time. Greg Land. So some of these are first-time signers on any Upper Deck.
I believe that's correct.
Yeah. Product. Yeah. So you've not had some of the. Well, you've not had Jock before. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's a new one for sure.
Yeah. There was one here that you've definitely not had before. Brett Blevins.
Mm-hmm.
He's legendary. Here's Andy Kubert's on here.
Yeah.
Then you've got autographed comic cuts, which is always popular. They're serial to 25.
Yeah.
And then just the regular comic cuts. There's some McFarlane ones in here, Josh.
Okay.
Detective 5, 7, 6, 7, 7, and 7, 8. Batman Year 2. Todd McFarlane art.
I love Year 2. That's such an underrated book. I know Year 1 is the classic, iconic, but I always loved Year 2. TJ and I always chat about that one.
See, I've read Year 1. I've not read Year 2. Now I know
it's worth the read. Yeah, it's worth the graphic is great. It's McFarlane art. Really unique storyline. Basically dives into why Batman does not use a gun, which is it's cool. It's a great storyline.
Oh,
cool. It's worth a read for sure. I remember that as a kid, and I still enjoy that one a lot. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the Platinum Portraits here.
Yes.
Because just over the years, they've been some of my favorite personal hits that I've pulled, and so with the lineup of characters that you have, they're going to be difficult. I'm sure it's case hit.
Yeah.
I would imagine it. But yeah, just to think about Harley Quinn, Batman, Joker, some of those Platinum Portraits, man, that's going to be something special.
Oh yes,
No doubt about
absolutely.
that.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to see one of them in person. I got to see the Mr. Freeze version, and it's awesome. Yeah, they look great.
That's right.
Yeah, they're really
Yeah.
beautiful. If you're a Platinum Portraits fan, you won't be disappointed. These look fantastic in this set.
Awesome.
Josh
Yeah.
loves his platinum portraits. Yeah, the Mr. Freeze
Oh,
was
yeah.
on that video they did yesterday, and it, you
Yeah.
know, and I've never had one of them. I mean, looking at this, they're actually one in. I think it looks like one in 4 cases by the looks
They're
of this.
tough.
One in
Yeah, they're
one in
definitely one of the tougher
960
hits. Yeah.
packs. I think it's more than 4 cases actually. So,
But it's amazing aspect of the card is you get 2 images. So you've got the image that you see at face value when it's in normal light, and if you display it with a backlight, it's incredible to watch
Oh my
the
goodness.
other version, the other image pop out through light instead
oh
of.
really? Wow.
Yeah, so if you light it up behind it and you put it in like an illuminated display, now you've got the image in light instead of the little holes that texturize the image. So it's you get kind of like a double bang for your buck, and it's just one of those that's always hit so well with me.
Good to hear. I love it. Glad to hear that, Josh.
Yeah.
Josh,
Yeah,
Can't wait for you to get some from this set.
Yeah.
How heavy are you going in on this one, Josh? Because this feels to me like the one and you and your buddy Michael might kind of like literally like open a case of scotch and open a case or two of Skybox Metal.
It's gonna
Batman.
happen.
Yeah.
I would imagine each of us will try to get our hands on a case. So metal is one of those things with us that, you know, I try to say it often, effort and energy, you guys, you can't hide it, you can't fake it. And there are certain card sets that we've gotten over the years. So excited to see in Metal Universe here with the Batman IP. I mean, you know, so that was one of the last products where I went over a case on the last Metal Universe release. And so, you know, here we go again. And we'll definitely be, be trying to chase a few special ones. But when it comes to like the parallels and things, the Dark Matter card, for example, I love that stuff. You guys constantly push the envelope correctly, not taking chances and shots in the dark, but you look at new printer technologies and new catalysts, new mediums to print on, and you come up with these great new ideas, and it keeps everything fresh and exciting, and the expectations. What are we going to see next? You know, like what because there's the next one, you know, that we haven't seen yet is what makes it exciting. So it's cool to see what you guys are doing here.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, you guys will probably notice too, looking through that pages long checklist, that we were very strategic with the character inclusion, if you will, right? Because this is Batman. We really wanted it to be a Batman universe product. You're not going to see Superman in here. You're not going to see Wonder Woman in here. There are a few, like there's a Flash card. There's a few other characters that snuck in there that made sense, that are tied directly to Batman or key storylines. But, you know, like you said, like what's going to come next? Like we still want to be able to deliver the first ever PMGs again of some of these iconic worldwide beloved heroes, and not sort of put them all in one set. So when you're saying looking forward to what's coming next, there's a lot of very exciting plans of what's coming next for you guys past this project.
Oh, we're going to get into that.
Okay, cool.
But let's stay here for a minute. Right, so Jambalaya. We've got to talk about Jambalaya. Josh, you're a fan of those, aren't you, if I'm remember correctly?
Yeah. So
I was going to say you got 35 different ones to chase in this set.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, that's a deep checklist. Yeah, Jambalaya is usually around 30, 35. And that's a set like this, that's 35 heavy hitter key characters, right? It's not like you have to deep dive too deep. Like every character you get is going to be a beloved, you know, fan favorite for someone. So that's Jambalaya is always a fun one. I love the design for it. We gave it's Jambalaya, but it's a new design. It's a Batman sort of centric design. It's got yellow and black color scheme. But it still has all the Jambalaya tech that you'd come to expect. So yeah, very happy with how those turned out as well.
There we go. I'll just do a little screen share so we can see what we're talking about. Obviously, these are mock-ups. They're not actual in-hand card images, but they're from the Go GTS website. And I just love. I'll confess. I'm the poo-poo of the party. I've never been a fan of Jambalayas myself. I've got a Black Cat one from one of the sets you've done previously. So you know I have had them in hand. But these ones, I like the color scheme on these ones. It just feels like a more natural fit.
Totally.
The penguin, I love the art on the penguin jambalaya.
Yeah.
It's absolutely banging. So yeah, I'm I think Josh, I think you'll be very, very satisfied with
Yes.
these. Yeah, they definitely look good. Let's talk about the. I'm a sucker for metal cards, actual cards that are made of metal, because obviously they're all metal
Me
cards
too.
because it's a metal set. But the
Yeah.
actual ones that are made of metal,
Mhm.
in this one, let me scroll up. I believe they're Gotham City metal. Is that right? Yes.
That's right. That's correct. Yep.
Right.
Yep. They have a die cut shape with the bat signal in the background. Yeah, really happy. They look and feel really nice in hand. I thought these cards turned out very nice.
Right.
Yeah, and there are parallel versions. We added some rare chase. I mean, in past products, we've had like Planet Metal and some other things like that.
That's right.
But again, it's another one of those examples of we took something that collectors were hopefully expecting, but putting the look and feel of the Batman universe with that. So yeah, I thought this came together very nicely.
I really like the die cut shape being the bat symbol.
Yeah, me
going
too.
up into the sky. I mean, you had some in hand on your stream yesterday, and they did really, really pop.
Absolutely.
I've always felt that Upper Deck, when you do metal cards on it, is it aluminium? The majority of them, I think it is.
I think that's correct. I believe it is.
I've always felt that the print was actually more vibrant even than some of the cards on them. They really, especially the metallurgy from the Masterpieces sets that you did.
Oh yeah, those are great. Love those cards.
Right.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so
From
I think
20
these are going to be
was the first time it was 2020 when you guys did it the first time, Metallurgy?
I believe that's correct. Yep, that sounds right.
Yes,
yep.
That's right.
The difference between 2020 and 2022 was wow. When the printing process and however that goes, it is unbelievably vibrant on that second gen, and it really goes to show the potential, of further cards, metal based cards, and the different things you can do there.
Oh yes, we've got absolutely, just like we talked, about like dark matter, like. We try not to rest on our laurels. If we come up with a new concept that really hits and people enjoy it, we know we probably want to bring it back, but we're always trying to push it of like, what can we do to make it better? What new substrate, what new print tech, what can we do to keep improving it and evolving it? So those are great examples of that for sure. And we'll continue to do so. I'm very excited for some of the metal cards you guys are going to see down the road. And who knows, maybe you'll see metallurgy at some point too. So good stuff.
Looking forward to that. Right. So you've got we've talked about the Poison Ivy one just quickly, but you've got some other character themed insert sets.
Yep.
So let's start off by looking at the Enigmas.
Yes. Love the Enigmas.
So talk to me about the Enigmas. I think you probably guessed by the name which character they're based around.
Oh, totally. Yeah. So we thought it made a lot of sense to give the Riddler the spotlight for this one. And again, so many iconic riddles from the world of publishing. So yeah, this was a fun one that, again, it was one idea and it just sort of kept evolving. I remember talking this through with Billy years ago, and he's like, it'd be really cool if you put the riddle on the card, but then the answer to the riddle you have to reveal somehow. So we ended up coming up with the concept that it's glow in the dark. So you have to literally take that card into a dark room to see the answer to the riddle, which is really cool. That one, we went even a step further, again, talking about evolving and trying to make these sets better. I got to give all the credit to the type team and Peyton, who works on that team. Basically, she said, what if we did like a cipher code that is tied to another card in the set? So, I mean, if you look at those Enigma cards, the front of the card has it, in very, plain text, what the riddle is. And you've got the glow in the dark aspect to see the answer. The card back also has bio copy talking about that famous storyline from the books. But people probably first day open those cards and they're like, what the heck's going on? It's in like some weird symbol. Someone had the weird font going on or something. We can't figure out what this is, but it actually ties into the Riddler's base card. So if you pull the base card from the Riddler, I don't know the card number off the top of my head, but card 10 something through 200, his bio copy section on the back of the base is the cipher code. So it'll tell you like A equals this, B equals this, etc. So you basically have to use the base Riddler card along with the Enigmas to decipher the bio copy on the back of the Enigma. So we really went, we went deep on that one. But I think collectors are really going to enjoy that, and fans of the Riddler. It made so much sense. So yeah, again, Billy, got to give him some credit. Peyton type team, got to give them some credit. To just continue to evolve and push the envelope, what we were going for.
There's 20 of those Enigma cards.
Very cool.
They look nuts. They really do. They're such a unique idea. I love that. Yeah, I do like the fact that you guys will try something new with each set.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
something totally new, and hopefully people enjoy it. Exactly.
Yeah, you've also got Clown Prince of Crime. Well, no prizes for guessing who that's about. Where is it? I can't find it on my checklist, but I know it's in there. So tell me about those.
Yeah. So yeah, those are one of our lenticular insert sets. So those are, again, like you mentioned, those are Joker centric. I mean, you got to have a Joker centric insert in a Batman set. I mean, he's got to be your 1 or 1A villain, right? So we thought it would be really fun to sort of tell the history and like key storyline moments of the Joker from the beginning of Deep Batman publishing and his debut, all the way up to some of the more modern publishing works that included him. So yeah, those are really cool depth lenticulars that utilize key Joker storylines, and then the card back will give further explanation as to what was going on in that storyline at the time. But yeah, they turned out great. I did get to see some of those yesterday too, and I think they pop really nice. The color's great. A lot of movement when you move the card around in your hand. So yeah, it was special to give something to the Clown Prince of Crime. We had to honor the Joker with that one.
Nice. Now, what when I was listening to the yesterday's video earlier on when I was at work, I did chuckle, and I had to replay the bit where you described the Arkham Asylum insert, which is an acetate insert. So I love the kind of the rule behind that. So briefly tell me what that rule is for the Arkham Asylum insert set.
Yes. Yeah. Great stuff. Great question. So yeah, Arkham Asylum, those are going to be 1 per box. They're beautiful acetate cards. They're die cut. It looks like the gates of Arkham Asylum. But TJ, and I talked, and I said, let's really make sure that this all makes sense, right? Like, you're not going to find a Alfred Pennyworth card in the Arkham Asylum insert set. Arkham Asylum insert set is our only characters that have been inmates at Arkham Asylum across the history of Batman publishing. So yeah, it was very important to us that this ties again directly to the history of the comics, and that yes, these characters have been inmates at Arkham at one point or another in the years that they've been terrorizing Gotham City.
And there are some proper deep cuts in there. I mean, really deep cuts that aren't anywhere else in the set. So I mean, there's 50 of them, so I'm going to let people discover those by themselves. But personally, I want to see a Psycho Pirate card. Because what's not to love about the name Psycho Pirate?
That's right.
Batman Adventures. Now, again, TJ dropped some really interesting knowledge about these. There's 10 of them. Yes, he did. And they're not as tough as actually, no, they might be almost as tough, in fact, not tougher than a Platinum Portrait. Tell us about
they're really tough cards. So yeah, we did it in our Spider-Man set years ago. I worked on that one too, and the 90s kid, grew up watching these iconic animated series, was so lucky to be able to come home from school and watch Batman, the animated series, and Spider-Man, the animated series. So we did sneak in a small insert within Spider-Man that was focused on the animated series artwork. So it made a lot of sense to honor the Batman animated series as well. We didn't go as heavily into just it being specifically from the show, because again, with talking through TJ and doing our homework, there was a comic run that was based on the Bruce Timm look of the animated series. So we said, you know what, let's truly stick to publishing, and let's utilize that art and that style by introducing them as the Batman Adventures insert, which is what the name of those comics were that came out around that time. And yeah, to what you said about TJ I wasn't even aware of this, that the artist who did the the art for those comics has passed, sadly. So it was really an honor and tribute to him that we're able to show his interpretation of those characters. And again, that's such a beloved, iconic look that people, that's just, that show, that comic series just are now fan favorites. A lot of people even consider that to be the best version of Batman, right? So at least in live action or television.
It's a lot of people's favorite Batmobile.
Exactly. A lot of people's favorite Batmobile, a lot of people's favorite Batman. Kevin Conroy, rest in peace. Love the guy. So yeah, it was really cool. It was a really cool way to sort of sneak in a little bit of that art look within the set.
Very cool.
You pull one of those, Josh, you'll be singing, because they're I mean, I'm just looking at the ratios on it, and I think they're possibly one of the toughest, actually.
Definitely up there. Yeah, they're tough.
Yeah, they really are. So where are we? There's so many wonderful things. This is the thing, and obviously we haven't. We'll do a box break for the podcast when that lands. But the one thing I'm seeing is that people are getting so much variety, just even from a single box.
Yeah.
And you can just see that in the checklist here. I mean, how many different parallels have we talked about yet? And we haven't even touched upon the one that TJ was very, very enthusiastic about, which is From the Diary of Alfred Pennyworth booklets, serial number to 25.
Yep.
And they're also going to be a tough pull. Tell us about those. I mean, they're obviously a booklet card.
Yeah, those were fun. That was a really fun concept to come up with. Basically it's like a thin fold booklet. But we, again, trying to honor different characters. Alfred doesn't always get the spotlight, but I always love his character. I love his role of sort of, nurturing, taking care of Bruce, keeping him on the right path, providing his knowledge and his advice along the way. We said, let's do an insert that would be like sort of from Alfred's perspective. So came up with the idea that, it'll be like his journal or his diary. Yeah. And when you open the diary, it will be like from the words of Alfred. So, TJ had to put on his Alfred hat or his Alfred butler suit and say, how would Alfred write this out? How would he explain what happened in the Long Halloween? How would he explain what happened in Nightfall, right? Like, what are these things that Master Bruce went through in these tough times, and how he was able to overcome the adversity and save Gotham City. So yeah, I have not seen one of those yet. Those are so rare. I haven't even had a chance to see one in hand. Yeah. But yeah, I think those are going to be really fun cards. And it's beautiful artwork from that storyline. And then with, very unique bio copy that, from the voice and the words of Alfred, sort of telling the story of what went on in that key storyline.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I've just seen a few names on the sketch card checklist that have blown me out of the water. I'm going to come back to those in a minute.
Sure.
Wow. Okay. Secret Identity, cheeky little 10-card subset. This one, I like those. There's some images of those on Go GTS, and it literally is that. It's your favorite heroes and villains in their mild-mannered or less mild-mannered, in the case of Edward Nigma, alter egos.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's a flip lenticular. So you've got, the Joker, Clown Prince of Crime are going to have that depth. They're a 3D depth, but the Secret Identity is what we call like a flip lenticular. So one layer will show the character in their, whether it's a costume or within their hero or villain persona. And then when you tilt the card and flip the card, you'll see the second layer, which is them as, whether it's their human form, out of costume form. But there's so many characters within this IP that have secret identities, obviously starting with Batman and Robin, like Harley Quinn. There's a lot of really cool ones in here of showing sort of the character, whether it was the progression of before they became the character that everyone knows now, but also the ones that deal with that duality of having sort of a secret identity and wearing a mask. So yeah, it was a really fun one to do for this set, and I think it lent itself really well to what we're working with the Batman universe.
They look. Why do I get the feeling, Tony? Josh, I'm sure you get this impression as well. They're only just getting started.
Yeah, Right.
I mean, this set's got. I'm just drowning in all the detail of this set, and they're only just getting started.
Yes, sir.
So, wow. Okay. Before we go back to the sketch cards, I know you're familiar with this, but I've not seen it. I don't think I've seen this in entertainment products before. Skybox Premium.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that was a great subset we wanted to include. I think the cards look phenomenal. I was talking to some people earlier today, and they were saying, "Oh, these are some of my favorite cards in the set."
Yeah.
I love the Batman card itself. It's got like the bat signal in the background, and he's sort of, zooming towards the card itself, like towards the audience.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're beautiful foil board cards with deco foil treatment, as collectors of that brand would come to love. And then it's got all the rare chase with you've got your star rubies, you've got diamonds, one of ones, a couple other layers in there too. So yeah, it's another subset that hopefully collectors will want to put together. But then there's a lot of chase element with it, with the rare numbered parallel versions of those cards.
You've got autograph versions of them as well. Sorry, I've just scrolled down. So in the Star Sapphires parallel, which is numbered to 25, a good chunk of those are autographed.
Yes, that is one of the layers where we mixed in some autographs, some creator autos. So we really tried to tie the creator autos to characters. So in the past, in some of our sets, again, nothing wrong with it, but we'd focus more on the artist or the creator themselves. And Grant and I, very early on, we said with this one, we're still honoring the creator or whoever was involved, but let's put the emphasis on the character. So you're now looking for a Batman autograph card or a Joker autograph card, but again, it's tied to someone who, ideally created that character, or at least the look of that character, the way it appears on the card. And I know TJ spent a lot of time to make sure, if I'm showing, a Jim Lee Batman, then we want to make sure that it's just a Jim Lee auto. That's just an example off the top of my head, but there's a link between the autograph and the art shown on the card. There's something there that whether it was a writer, an artist, but they are tied directly to the art that is on those cards, which is really great.
I got Grant Morrison one. Good grief. I'd say at least half of the Star Sapphires parallel are auto versions. There's
that
50,
sounds about right.
49 of them, and there's probably about at least, I've just counted at least 20, 25. So yeah, goodness. Okay. That's exciting. I quite like the idea of that, because you've just described that Batman card. I haven't seen it, but there's a signed one signed by Tony S. Daniel, who I'm assuming might be the artist for that particular Batman that you described just now.
I think you're right. That sounds right. Yep. Love his style.
Wow. Okay. Cool. All right. I'm still not down to the bottom. I'm down to row 3,194. And I've just gotten to the Brave and the Bold insert.
Yes, there's another one.
Goodness.
Yeah, Brave and the Bold, leaned on TJ's extensive knowledge of that comic run. But basically, we wanted to, again, we mentioned earlier, Superman doesn't have a card in the base set, Wonder Woman, a lot of these other characters. But we had let's lean in the Brave and the Bold so that we can pair Batman with some other characters that maybe not have any other cards within the set. So I think we did a great job of that. Again, tying directly to those specific books. But yeah, it's a way for us to showcase Batman and his world alongside some characters that have entered or joined up with him via the Brave and the Bold publishing storylines.
You got Green Arrow there, Wonder Woman, Teen Titans, Hawkman.
So we snuck them in there a little for you guys. We want to give you a little sprinkle of some of the other key DC characters that have interacted with Batman.
Sorry, something's really made me laugh. So the Z-Force are back, or Z-Force, depending on
Z-Force,
So there's 50 of those. You've got the regular Rave ones, which I say regular, they're numbered to 100, so they're still, decently tough pull. And then you've got the Z-Force Triumphant, which is 75. And then I love this. The ones numbered to 50 are called Z-Force Detective Rave Parallel. Oh,
that's right.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're going to get this. That's just wonderful. That's just absolutely wonderful. fess up. Who came up? Who got a pay rise for that one? Because that's brilliant.
I'm taking the credit for that one. That was
Okay.
me.
Nice.
Yeah,
Right.
I've always loved those Z-Force Rave cards. And again, it's another example of take something that collectors know, but let's give it a Batman spin. So that was the exact reasoning behind that. Exactly.
Yeah.
World's greatest
Super
detective
Rave.
deserves a detective Rave parallel.
And the Super Raves are one of one.
Mhm.
So, wow. Okay. One of them's called The Signal. Now, is there a character called The Signal, or is it literally of the Bat Signal?
The Signal is a character. Yeah, that's
Right,
referencing a character. Yeah.
Okay. It sounds like a deep cut character, but then
Oh
again,
yeah, that's a
I'm not-
TJ deep cut. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what that is. Yep.
But personally speaking, I would have loved a card that just had the Bat Signal.
Oh yeah,
That would have been quite cool.
oh yeah, absolutely.
That would have been quite cool.
We'll take it.
I know that it's a different kind of line, but a few years ago you did these wonderful inserts that I don't think you've done again, and they were in, what were they in? They were in Marvel Ages, which felt like a real experimental set. You were trying loads of stuff with that, and there was an insert called a Fresnel card, which was an acetone.
Yeah, I remember those.
And they would have been quite fun to have a Bat Signal card.
Okay.
Anyway, I like the idea of that. Just the Bat Signal kind of.
I'm writing it down right now.
Like the stained glass ones from Flair as well.
Those are beautiful cards. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That could be quite interesting. Anyway,
it's why the jambalayas hit with me. I come from Boston, and we have all these stained glass churches and things like that. So I mean, I grew up seeing some of these crazy old buildings with these, and so these things reference to your childhood. Right around the time I was opening up and reading, opening up packs and reading Batman comics, I'm looking at these stained glass stuff, and then I see this parallel in it. So it's just something different. It's great.
Absolutely, that's awesome. I love that insight. Glad you guys are liking it.
No, right. Okay. I'm going to go to the sketches, quite frankly, because I'm just a bit. Well, listen. You've got all the usual. I say the usual. I don't mean that in a demeaning way. You've got Chris Foreman. I mean, quite frankly, it wouldn't be a set with sketch cards if you didn't have Chris Foreman in the mix. You've got goody me. Eddie Wagner is in there. These are old school people who've been around since the Rittenhouse days. If you'll permit me mentioning another card company, Eugene Commodore, Gordon Wills. But then you've got some new. I mean, you got Art of FX is in there, and he's top end.
Yeah, I love FX. Yeah,
you've got someone I've not seen working with Upper Deck before. Maybe he has, but I've not seen him. He's an Australian artist, and I know he's primarily. I know of him because he's done a load of Star Wars stuff, and he was on Greg McLaughlin's Rebel Base Card podcast a few years ago. A guy called Brent Scotchmer, who lives kind of West Coast Australia. So, for him to even get the cards to draw and to get back to him is a challenge in and of itself.
Right.
So he's in there. But the name that kind of literally made me fall off my chair, well, there's two of them actually. Tom Fleming
has
done sketch cards in this set. And they're actually marked as SP. Here, so who knows how many he's done?
Yeah, I don't have that number, but I think his quantity is a little more limited. That's where it has the SP designation. But we were so excited to be able to include him in this set. Absolutely, love Tom Fleming.
So if you're sitting down, I'm going to go to the name below, Tom Morgan. Tom Morgan has done sketch cards. Yeah, now, Tom Morgan is not marked as SP. I quite frankly, a Tom Morgan would be a fantastic thing to own. So Tom Morgan did the Silver Age insert set in Fleer Ultra Avengers, if I remember correctly, which was wonderful. And I think he's done inserts. He's done some pretty good original art inserts in a lot of Upper Deck sets over the last few years. Sketch cards from Tom Morgan. Outstanding.
So I'm glad there's something for everybody in this set. I know you're a big sketch guy, and we didn't want to disappoint. So there's you said the names you come to expect, but yes, we're so excited that you're seeing some of the surprise new additions that we've added to the roster.
You've got your old school. You've got Ree Owens. You've got Mike LaPeruta is in here. You've got Malik Akar. People will be very happy with that. Marcelo Ferreira. I haven't seen that name for over 10 years.
Wow.
So there is a sketch artist on here called Mad Monkey Love. I bet he or she was teased at school with a name like that. But yeah, so yeah, loads to look forward to. I mean, there's some great stuff there. So for the folks who are really into sketches, Joe Rubenstein. I mean, he's legendary. So yeah, there's loads. So the sketches are actually 1 in 420. They are in blasters, but my goodness, the odds are astronomical in blasters.
Right. Right.
So yeah, so they're a tough pull. I mean, that looks like maybe 1 per case, if that.
They're tough. They're definitely
Yeah.
tough. But we did feel it was important to sprinkle a few into the blasters. We want you to. We want the casual, the retail consumer to still have a shot at hitting.
Have a shot.
Yeah.
That's all you can ask for.
Yeah. That's right.
As a collector, some people don't have the venue via where they're at location.
Exactly.
If they can get a hold of a couple blasters, that's usually available for a lot of people. And like you say, it's a smaller chance, rightfully so, but at least there is one for some of the top end hits, and that makes it exciting.
Exactly.
Now, one thing the spreadsheet is good at is it tells you what's not in blasters. So according to the spreadsheet, Dark Matter and Enigmas won't be in blasters. Ooh, hiss. Creator autographs, however, are in blasters, although longer odds, much longer odds. Comic cuts don't appear to be in blasters, however, nor Batman Adventures. However, Arkham Asylum are definitely going to be found in blasters. PMGs, alas, not. But all of those lovely, juicy parallels that we talked about at the top of all the base cards, a lot of those are going to be in blasters.
Absolutely.
Let's have a look. Sorry, I'm still scrolling. I'll tell you what, I'm going to have RSI, my thumb at the end of this. Now, the Orange FX parallel numbered to 25, that's the base. They're not in blasters. Wow, yeah, but there's still a fair chunk of goodness to be found in blasters. You've got that exclusive insert numbered to 250, and then all of the other Nemesis, Retribution, Purple FX. Purple FX look gorgeous, by the way. I've seen some images of those.
Yeah, really happy with the way those turned out.
There's another unnumbered one that's exclusive to blasters called an Aqua FX.
Yep.
So folks can look.
Yeah, those are 1 per pack, I believe. So you get you'll get some nice color chase even in your blaster box when you open those up.
Nice.
So it's good value. Now I'm guessing and believe it or not, we have now finished going through all the different permutations of card, and I'm kind of holding my head. I'm wondering how you guys keep up with it all, frankly. I'm guessing this
takes a village for sure. Takes a village to keep it all straight. Yeah.
I bet. I'm guessing there's going to be a pretty decent print run on this, given the number of cards and the number of odds that we've just gone through. Across retail.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure that there was enough for hopefully everyone who wants to get their hands on some. It's not the biggest run we've ever done, but it's a pretty decent run for sure.
Seems juicy to me. And then EPAC. Now, one thing this doesn't tell me is obviously there's probably some EPAC exclusives in the wings that aren't on this spreadsheet if Upper Deck run true to form.
Fair to say, for sure.
Are you able to give us any clues or tell us anything, or are you sworn to secrecy on the blood of your unborn?
I can tell you a little bit about. So, if you're familiar with our other EPAC Metal Universe sets, there's usually there's just going to be your unique stacking parallel. So if you stack your base versions of cards, you'll be able to stack that into a unique special version. There's always achievement cards, so there are some special achievement cards that are tied directly to the IP. That one, I can tell you the sort of main chase achievement set will be based around Batman and all of his wonderful toys, as the Joker once eloquently put. So it'll be keyed in on Batman and his arsenal of gadgets, vehicles, that sort of thing. So yeah, there is some unique stuff in EPAC for sure.
Oh,
beautiful.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll look forward to that. I mean, this one's going to go gangbusters.
My wallet just got lighter.
which I'm sure is a little way away. We're all still anxiously awaiting when DC Annual's going to drop on Pack Wars on on
It
ePack.
should be coming soon.
Yeah,
Should be coming soon for sure.
That's always a fun time because there's always
oh yeah, I love it.
Stuff that Pack Wars throws into the mix. I know Amanda is jonesing for it to drop into Pack Wars.
I will pass that along to the team. They got to get that one out. You guys are
give him a kick because Amanda
all
doesn't
right,
need to have any money for Christmas gifting. She wants to spend it all on ePack.
Awesome.
So Batman Skybox Batman Metal Universe. Tick. Done.
Yep.
Done. So you probably can't tell us everything that you're currently working on or your team's working on because I imagine you're working a fair way ahead. However, I know that we've had a couple of solicitations drop.
Okay.
We've had Fleer Ultra Superman drop a solicitation in the past week.
Yes,
what
sir.
can you tell us about that?
Oh man. Well, I can tell you that comes from the brain trust of Billy. That was a Billy product. It'll be our first original. Yeah, it'll be our first original art DC set. So you guys will be, Fleer Ultra's got to have original art. And I think Billy did a really good job of incorporating the content that the collector is expecting out of a Fleer Ultra entertainment set, while also incorporating things that are unique to the Superman universe. So I think there'll be a little something for everybody. I can't give away too much on that one, but it's going to have your medallions. It's got some really cool kryptonite style cards, 3x3, things like that. But I'll let you guys talk with Billy a little more on that in the coming months and as time goes by. It's going to be a great set. I think Superman is the focus right now for the live action universe. I think you're going to continue to see, that push. And I think our timing and releasing that product will be met with a lot of excitement. I think people will be, it's just the timeliness of it is perfect with what's going on in the world of DC.
Good. Okay. And we're talking 2026 for that one.
Yeah, that's fair to say for sure. 2026.
Okay. And I think we've already mentioned it actually. Did I see a little solicitation also pop up for a Batman Adventures set?
Yes, that is also in the works. So yes, we gave you a little sprinkle of the Batman Adventures in our Batman Metal Universe set, but there is an upcoming full-blown Batman the Animated Series set on the way as well.
That's it. Right,
wow.
The animated series.
Yeah. Which will be a lot of fun. Really, really great content in there. Voice actor autographs, sketch cards, all the chase you'd expect from an Upper Deck flagship product. Outburst, those sort of things. Very, very looking forward to that one as well.
Outbursts.
Should be fun. Yeah.
Batman the Animated Series Outbursts.
That's
Hello,
right.
Soldier. Right, okay.
That's right.
that sounds fun.
There's all sorts of fun. There's a lot of fun stuff in that set. And again, if you're a fan of that beloved show, I think you're really going to enjoy that one when it comes out.
Oh dear. Okay. All right. That's all that's been announced at the moment. I'm not going to press you to reveal anything that will get you fired or anything that's exclusive.
Appreciate that.
But I imagine there will be more than those two in 2026. Would that be fair to say?
Yes, that is definitely fair to say.
Well phrased.
All right. I was trying to think if I can ask him anything else that's going to get him to score any points. I'm not sure. I'm not a thumbscrew kind of interviewer, Tony.
I like that. I like that about you. I mean, I did say it a little earlier. Maybe you'll see some metallurgy cards down the road too. I can't really get into it more, but you guys, I think you can read between the lines with what that means. So yeah, that too.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Oh dear. I've got this terrible cold. Hopefully it'll be gone by Thanksgiving. And I give thanks for you, Tony. This has been a ton of fun.
Yes.
Can I just say, out with you guys, fun for me too.
Oh, bless you. I'm still really I'm having a little fun. I haven't gone deep into it, but let's quickly touch on, because I have a feeling people kind of forgot about it quite quickly. Fleer Brilliant Superman.
Yes. Yes.
I'm rainbowing. I'm doing my first DC rainbow.
I love it.
and I specifically went, and I think this is going to be my route through DC, because there's two characters. There's one IP and one character that I'd probably go after with DC.
Okay.
Starman,
Awesome. Love it.
as in the 90s one that I know TJ is all over like a tramp on
Oh
chips.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And the other one is Hitman.
Okay.
Tommy Monaghan, the Garth Ennis series.
Love it.
And I was hoping he might pop up in one of the chase in Batman Metal, because he does cross over with Batman, but from his comic, if that makes sense. So
Sure.
But yeah, so maybe in the future he'll appear. And of course, the other one I don't think you're probably allowed to do because of reasons. Is Neil Gaiman's Sandman. But
that is that's on hold for sure. We'd love to incorporate that at some point, but unfortunately, we're steering clear for now. But
maybe someday.
Time changes.
Maybe
someday. That's a great way
someday.
to put it. Exactly.
But I've rather excitedly just finished mine, because the 90s wide. I'm going to call it widescreen, because I know Topps called their Star Wars sets widescreen.
Oh yeah,
but it's the same size. There was that 90s Skybox set. Of
I
Sandman.
do remember those.
I've got one more promo to get, but I've just finished my Endless Gallery. With the gold.
That's awesome.
Foil border. I've just managed to finish those this past week.
Yeah.
So.
I love to hear that you're doing a Rainbow from Brilliance. That's awesome. I love that. That was a fun little set. It was it's not it doesn't have 3,000 line items like Batman does, Batman Metal Universe, but it does have a lot of fun chase. There's a lot of cool
challenge.
In there.
Yeah,
for
still
sure.
a challenge.
It is.
No, the card I've gone for is and this is the way I'll probably go with Batman Metal. If something catches my eye, I'll go after that. I'll probably go for some key characters on Dark Matter, for example. Just to fill up a 9-page.
Love it.
But with Flair Brilliant Superman, it's Jor-El and Lara.
Awesome.
Which is the arts from the front cover of issue 1 of World of Krypton miniseries, and it's just I saw the artwork and I was like, that's incredible. Just phenomenal artwork. So that's me done with that one.
For you, Ian, I'm working on my crypto rainbow. It's near done.
Yes.
Near done. I love the Heat Vision. I love the Illuminator one too, the classic too.
Oh yeah.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. A lot of dog lovers out there.
Absolutely. Yeah, we wanted to show some love to crypto for sure.
I just kept pulling dog. I'm not a dog fan, I collect Black Cat, clearly. But I
remember we talked at National about that. I remember. That's all right. That's okay. That's why we got something for everybody in there. That's all right.
Yeah. And yet, the 2 boxes of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 that I've opened, in both times, I pulled an autograph of Cosmo the dog.
Yes.
One was the vertical, one was the lenticular inscription.
Oh my gosh!
You spoke it.
Maybe that's trying to tell you something. Maybe
A Chris Pratt would be lovely. Thank you.
Right.
But if I
Double
know if I buy a third
Cosmo.
pack, I think if I buy a third box of that, because it's guaranteed 1 October box. That is. Sorry, I know we're not probably contractually to talk about Marvel anymore. But
hey, that's okay. It's our product. We're proud of it. Hey, it's all good. James Gunn. We love James Gunn. He was very, it's all good.
Yeah, if you manage to get his autos in any future DC movie set, I'm sure they'll be very popular.
I bet you're right.
But wink. But no. If I buy a third box of that, I bet I'll pull a duel of Cosmo the dog with like Kraglin or something like that. That'll just be my luck. So on that last point then, and then we'll let you go. On that last point, do you, Upper Deck, have plans to do DC live action?
Oh boy, you trying to get? I mean, I wouldn't rule anything out.
Would you like to personally? Would you personally like to work on something like that? Yeah.
Absolutely. I think all of us would like to. That is something we are very, very interested in doing. I will say that.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that where there's a will, there's a way, and I know that the collective will at Upper Deck is strong. the force is generically strong with you. So
I like that.
I'm sure that
Yes.
you'll make that happen.
Absolutely.
Because that's my thing with Batman. For example,
Oh my gosh.
it's the
That's where it
movies.
started for me too. Yeah, I was
It's the
seeing,
movies.
going to see 89 Batman,
Mm-hmm.
6 years old. I don't know if I was really old enough to go see that movie, but my dad, I was pumped for it. I loved the Adam West show, and I saw the trailers for that movie, and Dad took me to the movies, and I was hooked, and I was obsessed with that set, with the
Wow.
Tops put out an 89
Yes.
set for that
Yeah.
film, and I had to have every card every time I was at the store with my parents or relatives or whoever. I was begging them to get me packs of those cards, and
Yeah.
started me on a long journey of loving this hobby. And yeah, it's
Right.
crazy full circle moment to work on this Batman set after all these years. So yeah, it's pretty special.
Oh, that's great. I've just figured
Yeah.
out two things. First of all, I'm exactly 10 years older than you because I was 16 when that film came out. Secondly, do you remember Batman Returns?
Of course.
Did like a
Yes.
premium version that I think they called Stadium Club, and it had silver
Yes,
foil.
yes. They were
Um,
all glossy and foil. I think they were
They were
hyping it. It was
lovely.
Kodak
Yeah.
photography, Kodak on the box. Oh, I remember
right.
very well. Yep, absolutely.
That's right. They
Absolutely.
were great.
That was
cards.
my first time I discovered O-Pee-Chee, because I remember being somewhere along the lines and I was like, oh, this is Batman Returns. But I was like, but what's O-Pee-Chee? And then, I go down that rabbit hole of figuring out what O-Pee-Chee is versus Tops. And yeah, now we're here. So yeah, I love that set too. I wasn't as into it as I was the 89 set, but yeah, I did enjoy the Batman Returns set.
You never
as well.
forget your first, though, do you, Tony?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Those wax packs of that 89 set
Right.
with Nicholson and Keaton, like the different wrappers. Yeah, it was awesome. It was
I still
absolutely
remember
awesome.
the box. I still remember the box that used to be fold
Yes.
up and used to be just have them in there because they were in stores even in the UK. You could just buy them.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
They got
started
very-
my addiction and my beloved for this hobby. So yeah, pretty awesome to remember all that.
Yeah, back in the day.
And the gum. It had the gum in the packs too.
Oh,
I was gonna
Yeah.
say the gum. Yep.
I think by
It was
the time they put out Returns, they got rid of the gum. They said no
Yeah.
more gum.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. No, the gum went
Yeah.
by then, and
Yeah, the gum was terrible, but it was there.
Yeah, exactly.
Safety warning:
Exactly.
if you buy a pack now, don't eat the gum.
Don't eat the gum.
Don't eat
That
the
is
gum.
great advice. That is
Yeah,
great
that-
advice.
That's
for
great
sure.
advice. I think
Yeah.
we'll end on that. Tony, I mean, obviously we're about to wrap up. Don't go completely because I want to tell you something after this. But
Sure.
but for now, can I just say thank you so much for coming on, for all of your efforts and all of the team efforts, especially TJ. So do give him a big wet kiss from me when you get back to the desk.
All right. All right.
To say, thank you for coming out so gangbusters with this set, and giving your DC era, such a big hit in its first year. So yeah,
We're happy to do it. We hope that the set meets your expectations, and I hope everyone thoroughly enjoys it and enjoy collecting.
Oh, there we go. Look at this. Absolutely nailed it.